Hello and welcome to episode 21 of the SolarQuotes Vodcast. Today we'll be talking about 3.3 watt solar systems, Indian pornography, like seriously, had a big impact on our site this week, thieving solar bastards, climate emergency in Sydney, and battery testing.
Cool.
How's that for an eclectic mix?
Excellent. You remembered all five. I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm. Still got it.
Yep.
Still got it.
Hard to forget that Indian porn, though.
What do you think that is? How do you like the mounting system? That's a 3.3 watt solar system.
Wow, 3.3 watts. That's like one solar cell.
Wooden rail.
Yep.
Red string.
Yep. Yeah, I'd have to check the install guidelines, but I think it's pretty good there. I take it this isn't in Australia, and this isn't...
This is in an Indian slum. Or a Nepalese slum. One of the two.
Well, don't get them mixed up.
So as of July the 1st, which is the day this gets uploaded to YouTube, every time someone requests 3 quotes through SolarQuotes, or 1 quote, or 2 quotes, because you can choose, we will give $1 to a group called Pollinate Energy, who are headquartered in Melbourne, but based in India and Nepal.
And what do Pollinate Energy do, Finn?
They set up entrepreneurs in India and Nepal to sell 3.3 watt solar systems. Yeah. All that.
Ooh,
so we
sturdy.
reckon every month we will probably get about 100 of these out into Indian and Nepalese slums. 100 of those systems just by people asking for quotes on SolarQuotes. What do you think about that?
It's excellent because some of the dark, dank conditions people live in these countries, it's appalling. Anyway, hey, when you make a bad joke like that, you just got to keep moving. You don't stop.
I'll remember that for next time.
All right.
So the reason we're doing that is, well, you know, things are going well for SolarQuotes. We thought, what's like something that could have probably the biggest impact per dollar?
Yep.
And if you stick one of these in someone's house who's using kerosene at the moment to provide light, you're offsetting a lot of pollution, which is literally killing people, like directly.
Directly through the flumes. It's also a dangerous fire risk.
Yep.
It felt sturdy, that solar panel.
They're pretty good, those things. Yeah, saving them money, helping them live longer, helping them study.
Yes.
Reducing CO2 emissions,
And you can charge your phone off it too.
And you can charge your phone off it too.
That's vital because you don't have to go down to the phone charging shop.
Yeah.
Which is a thing.
It's win-win.
Yeah.
So it's amazing really because you got 6,600 watts is the typical size being sold at the moment.
Yes.
And we're changing, Pollinate Energy are changing the world with 3.3 watt solar systems.
Yeah, the first few watts make a huge difference.
Yeah, that's right. So we're committed to doing this for forever, for as long as SolarQuotes is going.
Yeah.
$1 from every quote request, straight to Pollinate Energy. I think that should be about $50,000 a year, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, about $4,000 a month.
Excellent. You should be proud of yourself.
It's all thanks to your lame memes and all the traffic you generate.
Yes, telling me to stop.
All right, let's move on.
Oh yes, pornography.
I'll
leave this up to you.
Yeah, this is all about Indian pornography, believe it or not. So, Michael wrote this post, and originally the headline was XXXX beer, now brewed with a helping hand from solar energy. So,
yes.
You know, Castle Mine Fourex in Queensland have 640 kilowatt solar system.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah.
Paid $2 million for it, so that's a lot of money, but who knows what structural work they had to do.
Yes. Fixing it, getting the roof suitable for those solar panels.
I think we worked out if they're paying 12 cents a kilowatt hour because they're a big user, that's about a 12-year payback if they're self-consuming it all.
Yes, but they could definitely be paying more than that.
Yes. So when Michael put this blog post up, it started to get an enormous amount of traffic.
Really?
Like
a lot of
4
beer,
times more than any other blog post. That's what I thought. Hey, Aussies like beer, right? And so we looked at the traffic, and it was all coming from India.
Oh.
And we were scratching our heads. And then you did a Google search.
Yes, I did a Google search. For some reason, I happen to be skilled at internet pornography, and I typed in, why do Indians like Fourex as an XXXX? And thank God I didn't do like an image search, because what came up, apparently just XXX isn't good enough in India. They got to go the extra distance and put a whole new X in there. I mean, I guess, you get halfway through and then all the dancers come out and start performing like in the Bollywood movies. That's all I can think of.
So
but then these are the people who wrote the Kama Sutra.
Yeah, so we learned that Fourex appears to have a different meaning in India. So if you're an Indian viewer, please comment and let us know if we've got that right. So Michael changed the headline to Fourex, F-O-U-R-E-X, and the traffic dropped off.
Yes. Very interesting.
I think it was a traffic record for any blog post ever on here. Even the ones you write, mate.
I feel so inadequate now.
Moving on. Bastard thieves steal solar power system from SA's Stony Point toilets.
Now, this is terrible.
Nice little off-grid system. Battery, solar panels, controller, solar light, light. And some arsehole nicked it, probably to put on his drug den or something, I don't know.
On his boat, maybe, considering where it is.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
It's dangerous having to take a dump in the dark.
What's that?
Oh, you can't see the redbacks on the dunny seat.
Good point.
Yeah. I mean, people are complaining about men leaving the toilet seat up. I'm from Queensland. I'm like going, there are people in this world who don't check the toilet seat before they sit on it? Come on, that's just crazy. Anyway, you need lights to go to a toilet safety. He's making life worse for anyone wanting to use the toilet.
How would you protect a little off-grid system like that? Because by definition, they're remote.
Yeah, okay. If you want to be technical, you can just put a 5G thing on it, which will send out a signal when it's interfered with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send the drones.
Send in the drones, yes, or the clone, or a police, cruiser. Yes, but it's the same with anything. People have had roofing tiles stolen off their roof, so I had my side view mirror taken.
Really?
Yeah, terrible.
Hyundai gets side view mirror. What do they get on eBay?
Oh, 2 or 3 cents at least on the open market. I just figured maybe someone had the same car and needed a replacement mirror. Just, I like that thought better than it was just thrown on the ground, whatever.
Should we carry on the depressing theme?
No, let's have a fun one.
No, sorry.
Ah.
Worst review of the week from a company called Sunboost.
Oh.
They had to come 3 times to complete the installation, and still they didn't install the system properly. The installers came and said they didn't bring the racks, he's talking about tilt racks, I think, to fit the panels, and said they can install the panels first and come back and refit these tilt racks later on. Interesting. After numbers of contacting their so-called customer service or technical department, they finally send out the boss of the installer to check out the installation. Then all he could have told me is there is nothing he can do about refitting the racks because it's already been installed. Well, this is Jonathan. Jonathan, if you paid for racks, they have to install them. It's really that simple. So now he claims his solar system is not working to how it's supposed to work. Most of the panels are gathering dust and collecting water because of the fitting angle of the panels is only 5 degrees. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend a regular panel being fitted at less than 10 degrees unless you're willing to clean them a lot. The boss of the installer told me I just need to get on the roof myself and clean it every few months. So, yeah, not a great experience for this guy.
No, terrible experience.
Now, I've reached out to Jonathan and said if he sends me his end-phase data, so this is an end-phase system. If you send me a guest log into your system, I can tell you if it's producing what it should do. If it's not, then I think NCAT, the New South Wales Tribunal, is probably the way to go. I'll give him some expert opinion that if it's not producing what it should, and he should have a case. He should also have a case the fact that if he paid for tilts and he didn't get them.
Yeah,
he can do that.
Tilts. Yeah, he has to get them.
Yeah,
and he's losing energy because they're not at the tilt they should be, and he's losing energy because they're collecting dirt. And then he might lose his life falling off the roof because the fat controller told him to.
Yeah. So interestingly, he said he went to New South Wales Fair Trading first, and they said, "Oh, we can't get a response from this company, so we're giving up." Go to NCAT. So please follow it through to NCAT. You really these companies need to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we see how they're doing on our Oz ranking feature, Sunboost?
Yes, let's see how wonderful they are.
I think that's going down if you put a line of best fit in there.
Yes.
Probably.
I would agree with that.
I don't think it's going in the right direction.
No.
I mean, to be fair, they get, some boosts do get a good number of good reviews.
Okay, good.
But they also get a good number of bad reviews. And when we read those bad reviews, they're generally fairly alarming.
Yes.
The behaviour that's described by the...
Yes. But I can't tell a lot from that, graph. How do I compare to everyone else?
Glad you asked. So if we compare their average scores with everyone else on the website who has 25 reviews or more, they're in the bottom 6% of all solar installers reviewed on our website.
Yeah, that's a lot worse than the impression I got from that earlier graph. It looked like their scores were reasonably high. But
So I think that's a useful tool
that
for the
definitely
consumer.
is, yes.
Trying to put the star rating in some context.
Yes.
That's why we put it there. All right, time to cheer up now, mate.
Oh, good.
Good review time.
I'm falling to pieces here.
AH Solar, trips off the tongue. This is a SolarQuotes client with a difficult to pronounce name. Excellent customer service, prompt, reliable, technically savvy to provide the right solar system for your situation. Installation team were professional and a pleasure to deal with. All paperwork with Energex and SDC credits handled efficiently. The AH team are excellent at what they do. Highly recommended for a great solar installation experience. Woo-hoo! So well done, AH. Let's see how you're doing on my newly invented
like 2%.
time frame thing. Well, first,
Okay.
I think that's
that looks better. Yeah.
line's going up. Doing well, boys. Getting better.
That does look good.
And in terms of where you sit in the world, top 11%.
Woohoo!
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yes. It's like I said to Mum, I'm in the top 11 out of 100 students in Australia. I just didn't say which area. Suspensions is an area can be graded on. Anyway, let's move on.
That'd be quite a challenge in Toowoomba. Top 11% of all suspensions.
You have no idea how talented I am.
City of Sydney Council to vote on climate emergency.
Oh, is there a climate emergency?
Do you think we're in a climate emergency?
Well, let me see. In 1950 to 2019, there's been a roughly 1 degree increase in the temperature of the Earth. It's called global warming. You may have heard of it.
Yes.
They had to change that title. It's now global heating. Oh, they still haven't quite decided. We might go global stewing. Anyway, global cooking.
Global broiling.
Broiling, yes. Anyway, 1950 to now, about a 1 degree increase in temperature. So 70 years.
Yes.
And does that seem like a lot, boys and girls?
An extra degree, that'd be nice.
Warmer,
Take the chill off.
Not something to worry about?
No.
All right. So
No bother.
what I tell you that the difference between the temperature in 1950 and 26,000 years ago, at the height of the glacial period, the Ice Age glacial period, when the glaciers reached Manhattan and there were woolly mammoths in Spain, how much colder was the Earth then?
20, 30 degrees? I don't know.
5 degrees colder. From 1950 to the peak of the glacial period.
So that's the difference, 5 degrees.
5 degrees.
Aren't we on track for 4 degrees of heating at the moment?
If we screw things up, yeah. And we don't know what will happen because no one's done this before or dumped all the CO2 into the atmosphere so quickly. So it's uncharted territory.
Well, if it's taken 70 years to go 1 degree, it's not a linear change. It's exponential, I think, because it's a positive feedback loop.
Yes.
So it's self-reinforcing. So expect the next degree to take a lot less than 70 years.
Yes.
And the third degree to take a lot less than that.
Yes, that's due to a variety of factors. As the ice caps melt, they're reflecting less heat into space. There's a tundra defrost, you get lots of methane released into the atmosphere, and so on. Anyway, so there's a climate emergency, and we need to act more quickly, and it's not that difficult.
Let's agree it's a climate emergency, shall we?
Yes.
Jeez. Whew. 6th Canberra battery test centre report. 61% of tested batteries faulty. That doesn't sound very good.
No, I was hoping for something cheerful. But yes, unfortunately, okay, first off, Canberra Battery Test Centre, they've bought a heap of batteries, 18 in total. And
Well done.
Yep.
Oh, just saying well
Bought a
done.
heap of batteries, yes, well done. And they're testing them all.
One of the commenters
Yes.
said it is a conspiracy by the fossil fuel companies to make batteries look bad.
Oh,
They're all funding this. Dark money.
okay, all right.
What do you think?
I feel free to send me any good evidence you have of this,
I don't think that's true.
but I don't see that myself. I see no evidence of this.
I think it's just good people wanting to test the batteries.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry.
Yeah. And bad news is 61% in total have proven to be faulty. There's a 61%.
That's interesting.
Yes, 11 out of 18 have either came faulty, didn't work at all, or developed faults. But
These are more modern batteries.
Yes,
These are the next generation.
yeah, they started off with 8 phase 1 batteries early on, and half of them worked, did not have a fault. But 70% of their phase 2, their 10 phase 2 batteries, either came faulty or developed a fault. So some faults worse than others, yes. Some didn't work at all, but one didn't work at all, full stop. So it definitely is a cause for concern. So even big name manufacturers, all the big name manufacturers I would say had problems, had a fault.
Even Tesla?
Yep, they had to replace the Tesla Powerwall 2.
What was the problem?
Well, it had a burnt out block. I can't, there's a picture of it. You can probably tell by looking at exactly what component it is. I can't remember its exact name. Anyway, I saw it. It had a big burn mark in it. Anyway,
It's not good.
eventually, Tesla replaced it, but it hasn't been tested yet. We don't have information on it because Tesla doesn't let you control your battery yourself.
They don't like to relinquish
They don't like
control,
to
those,
relinquish control.
those guys. LG, surely there wasn't a problem with the LG
There
Chem
was a
battery.
problem with the LG Chem battery. Apparently, heat causes the problems, and while it wasn't disastrous, yes, it definitely was faulty. It didn't work as it should have.
All right, massive battery manufacturer, BYD, bring your dreams. Tell me it's not a nightmare.
Okay, yes, that's not a nightmare, but last time I talked about it, it was doing great, and its battery degradation was low. It's gotten worse. Hopefully, that'll stop, but it's possible it's going to fall off a cliff, or it's possible it's just not going as good as we thought it would. So we'll have to see in the next report in 6 to 10 months' time.
So although BYD didn't fail, it's looking a bit shaky. So what are the lessons to be learned, do you think?
Be cautious. Only go for reliable installer and a manufacturer you feel confident will still be around. The good news is I'm certain battery manufacturers will eventually get it right and produce battery systems that work in Australian conditions and in the Australian heat. But until they do, we're in for a hard time.
I mean, there was a whole other issue that you didn't cover in this post, which
I'll
high
get
temperature
to.
performance,
Yep.
high ambient temperature performance.
That's right. So maybe your Tesla Powerwall 2, with its active cooling, will be the only battery which does well on this, but or maybe it'll crap out too. Batteries can't be relied on in the Australian summer. They high heat results in problems.
A lot of
Discharge-
derating and a lot of actually
derating.
just shutting down, wasn't
Yep, derating and shutting down. Yes,
there? Interesting. I'll keep a very close eye on my Powerwall 2 this summer.
excellent plan.
I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah.
So tell us about this graph.
I can't say. Oh, this graph, estimated real-life round-trip efficiency. Yeah. So the Battery Test Center, they give us the round-trip efficiency, which is how much energy you get out compared to how much you put in, but it's only DC to DC. There are other losses involved. So I estimated those losses at 6%, and that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Okay.
And the average comes with that estimate is 84%. For the 5 systems they gave us information on.
I was number crunching my Tesla data a couple of weeks ago. I think round trip efficiency on my Powerwall 2, I think it's about 85%.
Okay, that's good. But
So that looks pretty good.
check it out in summer when the active cooling kicks in.
Yes.
It might bring it down.
Good points.
So don't count on more than, say, 85% round trip efficiency. That means you'll have to put in 1.2 kilowatt hours to get 1 kilowatt hour out of your battery.
Most people forget about that, even,
Yeah.
especially when they're doing the payback calcs.
Yes, that's costing you solar feed-in tariff you could have received.
And the interesting thing is, when you look on the spec sheets, you don't know how they've calculated these efficiency numbers, right?
No, generally not.
Which is why
Yes.
this is an important post by Richard Churgwin.
Oh, right.
So he sat on the webinar, and the CSIRO were there, Deakin University was there, Smart Energy Council were there,
Oh, I feel good.
DNVGL were there,
I feel so good that I was lazy and didn't attend.
and they are literally putting together an Australian standard. So when you say, what's the round trip efficiency, they say, according to ASNZ 123456, it is this. They don't just go,
Woohoo!
wow, 93%.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember when we asked Sonnen what their standby power draw of their batteries were?
Have we ever found out?
Yeah, they said it was 0 watts. So this is why standards like
miracle.
this are really important. We can say, hey guys, is that as per the standard ANZ 1234?
But when it's in standby mode, it's got like a glowing light on the Sonnen battery. So clearly there's a nuclear reaction going on there.
Oh, is that what the Germans have done with their nuclear reactors?
That's what they've done with the nuclear waste.
They're
maybe.
slowly chipping them off and putting them in Sonnen
Yeah,
boxes.
that's perfect.
All makes sense. They would,
Because the uranium comes from Australia, it comes back. It's a cycle of life.
yeah, it works well.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you want to share with us?
Well, yes. There is. So my friend who gave me I told you last week, my friend came round, I don't know who he is, he gave me Kentucky Fried Chicken.
KFC saga.
Yeah, he came round yesterday again. And he explained to me that he can't eat a lot. Why? So he's just giving it to me. And that's all there is to it. He just didn't want to go to waste, nothing strange or unusual. And then he gave me chocolates and cologne.
Interesting. Just a very kind gentleman.
I guess so.
Didn't want to put it in the bin.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just got it out of the bin.
No, no, it was all good. Maybe he likes beards. Who knows?
What a heartwarming tale.
A heartwarming tale, yes.
Thank you for watching. See you next week.